Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sah Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Om Shanno Mitra Sham Varunaha Shanno Bhavatvaryama Shanno Indro Bruhaspatihi Shanno Vishnurukamaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Ritam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmavavatu Tadvaktaram avatu avatu mam avatu vaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So we are at a section of Brahmanand Vali where the teacher is telling about the different sheets, starting from Annamaya Kosha, and we discussed and had a very, very interesting discussion on Annamaya Kosha, and so much detail, so many new things we learned. At least I felt like that. And now it went to the next kosha that we talked about last week, the pranamaya kosha. And a lot of time people think prana is just air breathing in, but then Swamiji explained that it's the vital energy, jisko life bolte hain, that this consciousness give power to body, mind, intellect, and all the functions happen in our body. And then the prana, that's called the pranas, and the pranas were divided into 5 different things. We saw all that detail, and supporting that same pranas is the next verse now. Some more details.
Yeah, sorry, it's page 171.
Okay.
I misspoke. Yeah.
So it is pranam deva anuprananti. That's the one. Everybody have it? Whoever has a book. Okay. So this verse is saying, Pranam deva anuprananti manushyaha pashavah cha ye pranaha hi bhutanam ayuhu tasmat sarvayusham uchyate, sarvam eva te आयुः यन्ति ये प्राणं ब्रह्म उपासते प्राण इ भूतानाम आयुः तस्मात् सर्वायुष्यम उच्यते इति. This Taittiriya Upanishad is difficult. We'll get through. So prana is talking about pranam. Devaha. So devaha, usually हम बोलते हैं ना devatas, gods, but here indriyas. And then we have seen the indriyas are part of these 5 great elements. We have gone in detail that how each element is connected with one indriya. So they have come from there only. So they are part of these devas. So isko bhi, and these are the indriyas are the one which illumine our life. That's how we function. So then very important. So usko deva bola gaya. Anu is depending upon prananti, live, manushya. Man means human beings. Or living beings, you can even say here. Pashava, animals. Cha is and. Ye, whoever these beings are. Prana. Indeed, he is indeed. Bhutana, we know all beings. Ayuhu, the life. यहाँ पर आयु बोला है, but mainly they're talking about your life. Tasmat, therefore, sarvayusham, universal life, uchyate is called. There's one line repeated here completely. Prano hi bhutanam ayu, tasmat sarvayusham uchyate. And the last line is exactly that. You see this repeated. Whenever they want to emphasize on something, in Upanishads, they say it twice. So tum kahin bhulne jao. It's like a thing that's a very important part that you have to learn what they are trying to say. So again, where were we? Yeah, uchyate. Sarvam is all, evam is verily, te is those, ayu full span of life, yanti is reach, ye is those, pranam against prana, brahma is Brahman, upasate, meditate upon it, pranaha, again prana, he is verily, bhutanam of all beings, ayu the life, tasmat, therefore, sarvayusham, universal life, uchyate is called, iti is thus. सी ये पढ़ पढ़ के मीनिंग सेम वर्ड बार बार आता है तो हमको भी संस्कृत आने लगेगी. इसमें डबल फायदा हो रहा है जिसको संस्कृत नहीं आती. धीरे धीरे वी स्टार्ट मेकिंग द कनेक्शन, यू नो. सो यू नो हिंदी का भी है, बट ऑब्वियसली इट इज सरफेस मीनिंग दिया हुआ है हिंदी के ट्रांसलेशन में, बिकॉज स्वामी जी गोज इन टू मच डीपर मीनिंग, बट आई विल जस्ट रीड जस्ट सो दैट विल गेट सम आइडिया. सो यहाँ बोला है हिंदी में, सभी देवता, सभी मनुष्य और बाकी सभी जीव अपने जीवन के लिए श्वास पर निर्भर होते हैं. स्वामी जी से खाली श्वास नहीं है, प्राण, बट इट्स ओके, एटलीस्ट लेट्स सी व्हाट ही सेइंग. तो जीवन आधार शक्ति है श्वास, तो जीवन आधार शक्ति है श्वास. जीवन आधार शक्ति वास्तव में सभी जीवों का प्राण है, इसलिए इसे सबका प्राण या आयु कहा जाता है. यह समझकर जो प्राण स्वरूप ब्रह्म की उपासना करते हैं वे पूर्ण आयु को प्राप्त करते हैं. स्वामी जी विल एक्सप्लेन व्हाट दैट मीन्स. सो बेसिकली स्टार्टिंग विद द फर्स्ट लाइन, प्राणो हि देवा अनुप्राणन्ति, is our sense organs live by pranas. We know that, right? That they get energized by the life principle in us. And you know, जब अपने आयुर्वेदा में भी ऐसे ही बोलते हैं ना कि कुछ देखने की शक्ति कम हो जाती है और सुनने की, या कुछ टेम्पररी किसी को समझो यंग पर्सन को उसको उसकी प्राण शक्ति कम हो गई है. फिर वो लोग जैसे ये एक्यूपंक्चर में भी वही प्रिंसिपल है. दे फील कि देयर इज एनर्जी फ्लो इन द बॉडी एंड इट इज गेटिंग इंटरप्टेड, सो दे उसको जाके वो लोग कुछ पोक वोक करते हैं. बिकॉज समटाइम्स यू नो आई ऑल्सो वेंट फॉर एक्यूपंक्चर for some pains and stuff like that, and I was asking him, hey, what do you guys, how you treat, what do you think it is happening? So he was just saying by puncturing it you will make the flow better, you know, that's what it is. So it is, you know, flow is blocked, so it's the same thing. So we know that these organs get vitalized by them, and we live because of all the functions are happening, you know. And then animal here is saying ki manushyanam and pashu also same thing, all the living beings, you know. So this pranas is the life of all beings, it's saying. And now coming back to the same principle of microcosm and macrocosm. So if it is life within individual, now you take all pranas of everybody, okay. So then it becomes life of all. That's all it is. They're just explaining vyashti and samashti, or microcosm and macrocosm. So that's why they're saying that these pranas are universal life of all, and repeated twice. So, and then when they say that those who worship pranas, does that mean that खाली उपासना के लिए worship कर लो तो तुमको 100 वर्ष की आयु मिल जाएगी? ऐसे कुछ नहीं मिलने वाली है. You got to respect and revere the pranas. You have to look at it as a sacred thing. And then what Swami Ji's angle on this is, don't waste your vital energy for useless things. You know, go towards, you know, higher values, higher thing, connecting with God and all that. Then, and then, you know, starting from the Annamaya Kosha, you respect the food, take the right quantity, right quality, and respect it, then you will have a better life. Same way pranas. If you respect your pranas, don't waste it for useless stuff, you will have a healthy, long life. And I thought the life was 100 years. But in the commentary, Swamiji says, Shastra says 120. And there are people who they will live, right? 120. इक्के दुक्के होते हैं. एक्चुअली मेरी फैमिली में ना मेरी एक ताई जी हैं, वो अभी इस साल 100 years की होने वाली हैं. वाह. So they are going to do some big celebration and they are asking everybody. और उनके जनरेशन में ना she is the only one. सब चले गए. You know, including my parents, But my Taiji going strong. It's amazing. And I didn't talk to her directly, but my sister did, and she said she understood everything, थोड़ा थोड़ा memory ये वो सब कुछ affect हुआ है, but overall it's just amazing that she's still going. So उन्होंने ये सब किया, and that Taiji, she did the puja every single day. She went to the ocean because we lived near the ocean, and she did the samudra ki puja. उसमें उनको भगवान दिखाई देता था, So she rain or shine, she will go. So it's like some discipline was there. My goodness. So if you don't waste life, then you will have life. Yes. So it's a very simple one. It's not, it's a supporting one. But any question on the pranas? Okay. Who would like to read? Urmilji, would you like to read?
Through prana, the god, Indriyas live, and so also do men and the animal kingdom. Prana is verily the life of beings. Therefore, it is called the universal life or the life of all. Those who meditate on Brahman as prana come to live the full span of their life. Prana verily is the life of beings. Therefore, it is called universal life or the life of all. So what's the difference between Atma and Prana?
Atma is, okay, the Atma uses word in different contexts. In the Vedanta, very technical word, Atma is nothing but Brahman expressing through us. Usko Atma बोला गया. हाँ? So जो हम बोलते हैं हमारे अंदर है, that consciousness का spark, that is Atma. And over here, sometimes, उसका जो English translation है ना, वो उसको बोला self with the higher case letter with the S, right? But in this, all different verses, Atma is something that supports the other one. उसको भी ऐसे बोला गया आत्मा. थोड़ा confusion हो जाता है. But that's why in Upanishad that we need a teacher, because to tell us in what context they're talking about. Because sometimes we get confused. So यहाँ पर ऐसा बोला गया है कि for the Annamaya Kosh, prana is the self. Because that is supporting it. For a Pranamaya, Manomaya is the self. But that ultimate self is Brahman. Does that make sense? I hope that answered the question.
I mean, yes, yeah. It says who meditate on Brahman as prana come to live the full span of their life. I mean, so we always thought that that Atma and Paramatma are the same, right? So I think, like you said, the same prana is in everybody, right? In all beings.
Yes. So at that macro level, all pranas put together, that is a universal prana. That's how we have to see. Because it's same thing like, we think that our mind is separate from everybody else, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how, I don't know what you are thinking and all that, but at the highest level, every mind is connected.
Right.
That's why some people have that ESP and all that, because they have the sixth sense to, and at a Paramatma level or at the Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh level, they know what everybody is thinking because they're all connected. So same way, यहाँ पे prana को भी connected बताया.
Okay. The translation itself is amply clear, especially to those who have been initiated into the special attitude in which similar ideas have been expressed in the earlier sections. Here also, there are Pandits who believe that this Upasana is a method of worshipping prana as Brahman. To assume that it is only a method of worship without having any implication of life is to scandalize the wealth of import in our scriptures. From what we have already seen, it is evident that one who worships prana in all its 5 fields of activities and lives in self-control and thus economizes the expenditure of vitality can certainly come to live the full span of human life, which is recognized by our shastras as 120 smiling years.
That's what I was saying. He's calling it 120. थोड़ा हमको extra life दे दी यहाँ पे. But basically what they are trying to say is that when they use the word upasana, obviously they want you to, that you can call it worship or something. अगर उसके डेप्थ में तुम नहीं जाओगे ना तो कुछ नहीं होने वाला. इट्स लाइक somebody was saying कि तुमने एक नई कार खरीदी और तुम उसकी आरती उतारते जाओ और कुछ करो नहीं तो फिर वो तुमको कहीं नहीं लेके जाएगी गाड़ी. You have to sit behind the wheels, drive it, then only it's going to take you. So that's what he's trying to say, that what actually upasana, the real meaning is, you live the life of self-control. You respect the pranas, something sacred. And if you live the life and economize the expenditure of vital energy, then you will live. Because we waste in so much other nonsense, and then all that love, hate, वगैरह में भी जो हम लोग spend करते हैं, that compromises. I mean, if in Ayurveda, Anil ji might know this so well, that they say that all your physical vyadhi or the sickness starts in your mind. Right? That's what they say. And the Western people say, no, that's not, it is some bacteria came from outside. And there are some people, unko bacteria ka baap bhi kuch nahi karta hai. Same, right? Same bacteria, it may be in the house and one person gets it, one doesn't. What explanation you have that? That means your immunity is so strong, So, anyway.
I mean, now they are saying it more and more, that the stress, stress is the same thing.
Right? You are absolutely right. They're finally recognizing हर एक disease में लगा देते हैं वो stress भी अभी. Stress से भी होता है. And इतना तो इनको मालूम है, the moment we are under stress, so हमारे सारा hormone level shake up हो जाता है. So then they are coming to the same conclusion. You're absolutely right.
And that's why in the last line, it says 120 smiling years.
Yes. नहीं तो अगर लंबी लाइफ दे भी दी और हम रोते ही रहे तो फिर वो तो किसी को अच्छी नहीं लगेगी.
But also if you read into it, you will not have a long life if those are not your smiling years.
Yes, you got it. Yes. If you're going to be totally dukhi, then तुमको कोई ना कोई बीमारी पकड़ ही लेगी फिर. Yes.
Any doctor who is not fully preoccupied with his own income and therefore not totally blind to the world and its health would endorse the statement that the faster we live, the quicker does the generation get wiped out of the face of the world by the relentless Lord of Justice, Lord Death.
So this sentence was so long, and I could not figure out exactly what it was. If somebody understood this, please let me know. I could not figure out. The only sar I could come up with is that, if you like what Anil ji said, you do some gadbad with it, you're going to have short life. So if somebody wants to explain this, it's welcome. I got lost in this one, But basically, I got the gist of it,
Because the vitality in the individual is a sign of that subject's life, the total prana is called total life. The Vedika mantra thus describes all about the prana in us and the infinite reality. Therefore, the Veda says that he who realizes the sacredness of the very vitality in him comes to economize his physical expenditure and thus, by avoiding all foolish dissipations, comes to live the full span of his life.
So he's just telling you about that where the pranas are coming from. It's a total prana, it's called total life. It's sacred because the life is sacred. And then if you look at it that way, and you connect it to God or connect it to Brahman, then you will not waste it. Just like we discuss about the food. If you don't think about sacredness of food, you will waste it, you will eat wrong. And that's why we were having the discussion, the next generation, because unko sab kuch silver platter mein milta hai, they don't even think about it. They think that the food is, go to the grocery store and you get it. But uske piche kitne logon ka haath hai, wo koi nahi sochta hai. In fact, it was interesting that someone told me that if अगर किसी छोटे बच्चे को तुम बोलो ना कि जो लोग मीट खाते हैं समझो, हाँ, all the little kids love animals so much that if suppose you give them meat to eat and they will ask you where is this coming from, and if you tell them it is that chicken which is running around and that's on your plate, वो कभी नहीं खाएगा बच्चा. They love, because उनको ये सिखाया जाता है कि meat is in the grocery store, तो बेचारे को उनको मालूम ही नहीं. They think that you just come in a packet. They don't know it's a live thing. And by the time you are so used to it that your palate becomes used to it, your body becomes used to it, that you just don't want to give up then, even if you know. They don't want to think about that, So that's what, unless you go back and think where it's coming from, that sacredness doesn't come, That's how I was looking at this whole thing. So anyway. It's not very complicated, but still a lot to think about, right? Any question, comment?
Umaji, in the first paragraph, it says, who meditate on Brahman as prana come to live the full span of their life. So, what is the difference, meditating on Brahman or meditating on Brahman as prana?
So there are several ways you can look at it. This whole Upanishad is about students who have come to the Gurukul and they are trying to connect them to spirituality. So they are taking them from all angles. They are teaching them about the world and telling them sacredness, giving them different methods of doing it. This is one of the methods, and also indirectly it's telling you that pranas are also coming from Brahman. So have, kind of, what should I say, reverence for it and look at it as sacred. And then if you go back to Bhagavad Gita, in chapter 4, Krishna Bhagwan said, you can approach me many different yagnas. Depends on your mind and how you want to approach me. And he gave a 12 or 14 yagnas. I don't remember how many. He said that you can do dravya yagna, somebody donating money, somebody is doing some austerity, somebody is doing pranayam. Pranayam also, if you, jaise ki I remember, it was Ramdev Baba many years ago, like almost 20 some years ago. When he had just started, I used to do yoga. I used to put the TV on and I used to listen to his lectures and do my yoga and all that. Huh? So I learned a lot from him. He used to quote this from this Upanishad. That time I had not studied this Upanishad, and he used to say, pranas are Brahman. Upanishadon mein likha hua hai. He was trying to encourage them. It's not that that's the only thing Brahman, and that's the only, but that was his method of doing things. And he was trying to take all these people from the villages and all that, teaching them pranayam. That's also another yagna you can do, is pranayam. So from that perspective. So it's one of the many methods of upasana. But if you do it correctly, that also, बोलते हैं ना, प्राणायाम से body balance होगी, mind balance होगा, mind balance होगी, then you will be thinking of the higher. It will take you to that path. So that's where the context is.
Thank you.
Any other point, question? So we either, go ahead, Urmalji. Yeah.
So prana is the same as that sans, right?
Well, that is just one aspect of it. Because that's where the confusion happens, because some people will attribute pranas just to Shwas. Shwas is also very important. That's such an important part of, because the whole system gets, how should I put it from the scientific perspective, gets energized with the Shwas. because it's going in your lungs, and then from the lung oxygen is for blood is getting purified, blah 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 and all that. So you can say that, but prana खाने से भी मिलता है ना, and sunlight से भी मिलता है. So pranas are actually all the different effects that happen on our body, which give us vital energy. In a very technical term, that is pranas. It can come from the sun, food, air, all of those things. But when people who are doing pranayam, they can look at prana as a breath. That's okay. It's like, I know the bigger picture, but I like this method, so I'm calling it this way. It doesn't mean I don't know about it. It's not that Ramdev Baba didn't know. But to encourage people, he's saying that. अरे जाके वो श्लोक पढ़ो, उसमें जो है ना भगवान बोला है उसको. वो झूठ थोड़ी बोल रहे थे. It is Bhagwan only, but that doesn't mean other aspects are not there.
I mean, when somebody dies, we always say, "Oh, pran nikal gaya," right?
Yeah, because all the vital energy together gets sucked out of the body, and then you can't do anything. In fact, कौन तो बता रहा था? I was listening. Oh yeah, Meena ji and Sushil ji are part of that. Last time when the class was going on with Sukumar ji, part of the time I was sitting in the room, I was listening पीछे से background में. तो उन्होंने बहुत एक interesting बात बोली कि the hearing is one of the most powerful sense organs. And I was thinking about it. I said, yeah, that's so true, because जब कोई बेहोश हो जाता है ना, कोमा में चला जाता है, तो even the Western doctors say that whatever you tell them, they might be listening to you. Don't they say that? तभी बोलते अच्छी बातें करो, वहाँ जाके कुछ अच्छा म्यूजिक लगाओ, उसका असर होता है. And then when we go to sleep, कोई जोर से आवाज करता है तो हम उठ जाते हैं. So it reaches you, even in the sleep, the sound. And also hearing is a very subtle power in us, subtlest of all.
Umaji, look at the space is the first one.
Exactly. That's another point I was going to say. That space is the first one, is the most subtle.
You go back, that's how it goes back to the space. Space is connected with your hearing, with the air. And that's how it goes back. And that's the last one that goes away.
Yes, that makes so much sense. And also how powerful hearing is, because in our Shastras, they say that to learn about God, you only learn through hearing. Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasam, right? Nobody can show you this is God. Because God is everywhere. How will I have no form and all that. So by listening, you understand what God is. So,
Umaji, actually people who lose their eyesight, hearing becomes their eyesight.
So true. Perfect. Yes. Because वो footsteps से समझ जाते हैं और सब. Absolutely. Yes. So there's so much science in our Shastras that when you analyze it further and further, and they had so much insight into everything. So absolutely tremendous.
Yes. To understand Brahman, I mean, if this is for the students. So they're taking you from within you as a student. So then to say Brahman, they take you step by step. You can take that prana as the step as Brahman. Then slowly it'll come to the mind, and the mind is the Brahman for prana.
Yes.
And so as they're taking you level by level.
Level by level. And in the bigger picture, you respect all the koshas, right?
Yeah. And it is coming, that all is starting from that reflected consciousness in your mind.
Yes.
And that's how it's spread around to the lower ones.
Yes.
And now they're taking you from the lower to the...
Exactly. I think you got it correctly. Absolutely. Because that's how we see it. Annamaya kosha is the easiest to see.
Yes. Yeah.
And थोड़ा सा विचार करने से अपने को प्राण में भी पता चल जाता है कि अगर श्वास नहीं होएगी तो it's like we can't live.
Yeah.
That everybody knows. कोई बोलता है रोक के देखो 2 मिनट, पता चल जाएगा कि how important is श्वास.
Yeah.
And we saw that without food we cannot live. All those things. So true. Yeah. I think that is one of the things that the Upanishad, all these mantras do. It makes us go deeper and think, you know, and then we automatically have reverence for the thing, that how important it is to live, and and all that.
Even for food, once you don't. I mean, I didn't think of it generally where it comes from and how we get it and how we prepare it.
Yeah.
But once just thinking, they tell you, you start thinking and appreciating and a reverence for that.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes difference.
That's the whole idea about all these shastras and all that.
Yeah.
It gives us, we respect yourself, the world, and then see the connection. What is the real connection with God? It's not just doing some bargaining with God, when we go to the mandir, oh, mera ye kaam kar do, wo kaam kar do. मैं ये चढ़ाऊंगी, वो चढ़ाऊंगी.
The oneness also, where it is coming from.
Oneness where it's coming from, exactly. All of that. Okay, so we can close if nobody else has any other comment. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhaved. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Okay, we'll see everybody next week on Zoom. Okay. Hari Om.